live look at St. Paul, Minnesota, one of the Twin Cities and the land of 10,000 lakes, as one of the newest SFL teams, the Minnesota Legend, battle their division rivals and expansion cousins, the Indianapolis Ramblers. Ramblers trying to win their third game of the season. Minnesota trying to climb back to 500. Who will it be the Legend Killers from Indy, or will Sasquatch's legend prove to be reality? Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup, along with my color analyst for this week, the Hall of Famer, Eddie Gage.
SFL Nation, what up, though? Second time's the charm this weekend. It's my second game as I had to pull double duty, but it's all good, though. Looking forward to watching this game between two friends of mine. Minnesota and Indianapolis is up next.
Well, there's certainly been a lot of talk back and forth between these two teams on social media, chirping, as it were. But the time for talk is almost over, as Indianapolis will put their defense on the field first against the Minnesota offense that at times has struggled to score points this season. Our statisticians are Mark Mello and Nelson Lozano. Cameron Irvine producing back at SFL headquarters. Kicking off for Indianapolis is number 16, Larry Barr. Returning a kick will be Jay Taylor for Minnesota. From the 2-yard line up the middle. No, this is Adam Banks, and Banks goes down to the 26. And we'll get our first look at the Minnesota offense led by Johnny Reno at quarterback. Reno is the quarterback, Colin Hart is the tailback, Tank Williams is with him at the fullback spot, and we get a penalty flag on the very first play as Hart takes the carry, but it looks like someone in white jumped off early, and we get a yellow flag.
Replay, they're going to accept this penalty as Colin Hart ran for about 2 or 3 yards, so the penalty's going to give him 5 and a free first down.
Guilty party for Indianapolis. The second leading sacker in all of the SFL, Derek Jenko. He's joined up front by defensive ends Rocco Rossi and Chris Joseph. Corey Dobbins is next to Jenko. Linebackers are Adam Wiseman, Chris Britton III, and the rookie Chad McDevitt. We'll get to the rest of the Indy defense after this play, which will be another hard handoff on 1st and 5. Squeezes ahead. Just short, just a little past the 35. Tackle made by number 20, Blake Preen. Dominic Metz is the other corner. Ernest McCray Sr., he's been an interception machine, number 25. Rookie safety Ham Anderson, along with the veteran Kanye Rockefeller, and of course the first overall pick, Brian James. Hard again up the middle. Will pick up the first down with ease as he's tackled just before the 40. Joining Hart and Williams is Buchanan Simons. He's on milestone watch, 12 yards away from 8,000. Quag Mam is the rookie wide receiver. Jay Taylor, Adam Banks, Christian Bachagalupe is one tight end. Jason France is the other. Here's Reno in the shotgun. Both backs either side. And it'll be a quick out pass to Banks, who falls out of bounds after about to pick up a 5.
Yeah, and right now, Indianapolis is playing very passive on defense, just trying to get a feel for this Minnesota offense.
Second down for Minnesota on the first drive of the game. Jason France flexed out as a third receiver out of the weak eye formation.
Oh my
Deep
goodness.
drop from Reno. Steps up, has a clean pocket, fires, got Simon, and he's well over 8,000 now, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota. And talking to both of these coaches pre-game, they both told me polar opposite things about their game plan. Indianapolis being on very aggressive on defense, seeing that Minnesota being very aggressive on defense, seeing that Indy is very passive on offense, but they come out slinging the ball downfield here in their first drive and makes them pay for being so aggressive.
A deep pass down the field. First time they go deep and they hit a gusher. With 9:06 to go in the first quarter. Mickey Malello, the number 2 overall pick, on for the extra point with 9:06 to go in the opening quarter. And we officially have a 7-0 game.
Mark Mello doing double duty. He's out there on the field on defense. He's running stats for his team this week, and he's also on the sidelines cheering on his offense.
He's a man of many talents. That was a 55-yard touchdown pass to Buchanan Simons. As Malello's kick back them and all the way up into the end zone. Out comes Rockefeller, and he's tackled at the 18. So Colin Pierce, Brad Jones, and the rest of this Indianapolis offense looking for a response. Eddie, what do you expect to see from them?
Well, I'm not quite sure. Talking to Axel Raven, he said he make a gang of chases on both sides of the ball on offense and defense. He says he's not going to be so passive on offense this week, and so far we've seen that play out. But he said he's also going to be very aggressive on defense. Let's see what they do here.
Well, they line up in press coverage. All 11 defenders in your picture as Colin Pierce is back to throw. Fires over the middle. Completes it to Randy Pierce. That'll be a pickup to the 26-yard line. And Randy Pierce, Gibson Rickenbacker are the tight ends. Wide receivers, rookie Ed Williams, Jay Viper, Ryan Roosevelt, the veteran, and Jeff Banfield. Jacques LePancake is the left tackle. He was signed in week 2. We'll get to the Minnesota defense after this play. It's a 2nd and 2 at the 26. Here's to get to Brad Jones, and Jones is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain by a swarm of green defenders.
Minnesota packing the paint. Had about 8 guys in the box on that play.
Leading tackler there, the outside linebacker Juan Mississippi. He's joined in the linebacking core by Axel Raven and BJ Lovelace, both co-owners of the team Lovelace and Raven. Throw down the middle, complete for a first down to the 41-yard line. Pierce again picks up a first down for the Ramblers.
Further in that conversation with Minnesota, they said the entire front office staff got together this week. They got tired of that 3-game losing streak, and it was all hands on deck. Both the head coach, OC, and DC, as well as the general manager, got involved this week in their game plan. Let's see what kind of changes they make this week.
Well, many hands make light work, Eddie. And let's see how that pays off for Minnesota so far. They line up at 3 tight ends. Pierce throws it out, complete to the 47-yard line. The reserve tight end out there, Cheever Jr.
2nd down and 4, very manageable for Colin Pierce in this offense.
2nd and 4 for Indy from the 47. Give to Jones again, and Brad Jones is stopped for no gain at the 47, setting up another 3rd and 4. Mark Mello on the tackle.
Mark Mello, former Arizona Scorpion, told me he wanted to play in the snow. Said, "Coach, thanks for all you done for me. I know I was Defensive Rookie of the Year a couple seasons ago, but I'm taking my talents closer to home."
We'll get to the rest of the Minnesota defense after this play, which we'll see Pierce give to Jones one more time, and in fact, he lost the yard. Let's say he lost the yard. Mello again on the hit, and it'll be a punt for Indianapolis.
Mark Mello and his defense came to play today. He came into this game 17th all-time with 58 sacks, 2 shy of 60, and needs just one more sack to surpass Denzel Maverick for 16th all-time.
Punt is away from Indianapolis. Returner is Adam Banks, and Banks gets to the 24. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our league website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and Eddie, Minnesota, looks like they're going to be aggressive again.
Look at this defense by Indianapolis here on first down.
Here's Reno, slants, tipped in the air, and incomplete. Brian James, the rookie, got his hands on it. They were looking for Jay Taylor, but found nothing.
They said they were going to be aggressive, Colin, and that's exactly what they did right there in the snap. Looked like they were playing off man there, inside leverage. And, wow, had that ball been tipped the other way, that could have easily been intercepted.
This Indianapolis secondary is dangerous. The Ramblers on the season have 3 defensive touchdowns.
Oh, there it is.
It's intercepted. Adam Wiseman picked it up out of the air, and the Ramblers will start deep in legend territory at the 28.
Talking to Chad Rowland, head coach of this Indianapolis team, he is not scared. He said they had a great week of practice. The guys are really motivated, and they've seen all the talks, all the tweets that Minnesota's been doing all week, but they really just trying to stay focused, and they ready to kick their ass today.
Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello are the defensive ends. Buster Johnson, along with the former St. Louis Gladiator Max Knight, at defensive tackle. Safeties are Rick Evans and Daniel Wright. Tiger Clay and Derek Meerkat are the strong safeties. Corners, 2 good ones, Cody Griffin and Johnny Bravo.
And thus far, this running game for Indianapolis is having a problem. Minnesota's doing a great job filling up the holes.
Second and 11. This is a Rambler rushing attack. Average is almost 100 yards a game. It's Pierce has this one tipped in the air and incomplete. Juan, Mississippi with perfect coverage that time, Eddie.
Perfect coverage. You couldn't ask for any coverage better than that. In fact, across the board, there was good coverage. Everyone was locked up man on man. Press defense once again out of Minnesota, and there was nowhere to go with the football.
3rd and 11. Indianapolis 9th in third down conversion percentage coming into this weekend's games of 59%. But it's been a struggle so far. Let's see if they can convert one as they line up in a 4-wide set. Back to throw. Pierce has a man in his face, lets it go to Viper, but only 2 yards short of the sticks. It'll be 4th and 2 at the 20.
4th and 2 from the 20, approximately a 37-yard field goal upcoming. And unfortunately, to take advantage of that short field position. But look here, they're threatening to go for it here on 4th down.
Well, let's see if this turns into a staring contest, or do they actually blink and go with it. 2 tight ends to one side, offset back. Jones, he's struggled carrying the ball thus far. 4 attempts for -1 yard. And they'll call timeout.
I don't blame them for not going for it there. They have yet to get their run game going. And on 4th and 2 is not the time to test it here. Take the 3 points.
We get Larry Barr. He's a guy you know well, Eddie. He played for your Scorpions.
No comment. Jason France in the chat saying that Indianapolis does not seem to be yet running on all cylinders.
The hold of Foyt, the backup quarterback. Snap spot kick is on the way by Barr. It's good from 36, and Indianapolis is on the board following the interception.
They wanted 7. They had to settle for 6, but hey, points are points, and they finally put a dent in the scoreboard, and hopefully they can find a way to get themselves some drive to continue the points going.
4:54 to go in the first quarter of play. Colin Northrup with you alongside Eddie Gage. Barr kicks it off. Banks is waiting at his own 5. Up the middle he goes. And down to the 26. The legend will start.
The legend on their first drive put a nice drive together, doing a great job mixing both the run and pass. Ended up getting a bomb going to get this defense woken up to get those safeties backpedaling. And let's see if they can take advantage of it with something underneath.
They turned it over in 2 plays last time. And they'll start with a calm, hard run, but Art is stuffed in the backfield for a loss of 2 by a couple defenders, including Chris Britton III.
Great job, Indianapolis. Great push by that defensive line.
Yeah, allowing those linebackers to float without even being touched, as Minnesota will now come out in a 5-wide set against the dime 3-2 look. Reno pumps over the middle, tipped and knocked away. That was Wiseman there on the plate, and it's 3rd and 12 for Minnesota now.
And Indianapolis, you're right. They are being very aggressive. They said it, and now I believe it, as they have both safeties crouched up close to the line of scrimmage playing inside. They want to take away any inside underneath routes.
And they go out with the 5-wide. This time the trips goes to the bottom as opposed to the top of the formation from before. Reno will go toward the 2 receiver side. Got a man out there. It's caught. This is Jay Taylor down the sideline. Only one man to catch him, and Bryant will not touch down Minnesota again.
And that's right there is a perfect example of why I do not understand why cornerbacks continue to use inside leverage when you're outside. If you're playing the X or the Z receiver, there is no reason for you to be playing inside leverage. You have no safety help over the top. You want to funnel that guy to the inside where your help is. They do not. He gets a clean catch, stays in bounds, and is able to run to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
It looked like Brian James was going to catch him, but nope, it's a 77-yard touchdown pass. And Johnny Reno, he's only completed 2 passes.
Yeah.
Or 3 passes, rather. 137 yards, and he's thrown 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Minnesota came into this game averaging just over 19 points per game. They've already put up 14 here in the first quarter.
Balelo's extra point is up and good. And with 4:08 to go in the first quarter, already 14-3, Minnesota in front.
This defense of Indianapolis doing a great job being aggressive, but they need to pick their spots if they're going to remain successful. And now the offense has to try to find a way to stop the bleeding.
This is an offense that scores 28 points a game, but is 20th in yards a game, so they definitely take advantage of the big plays.
Yeah.
And Brad Jones, he is yet to get going. He's still in the negative yardage category.
Former Houston Hyena, now Indianapolis Rambler. Him and his running game need to get going.
Again, they go at 3 wide, split backs. All 9 people in the box. They throw out of it to Jones, and beautiful tackle made in the open field by Axel Raven on Brad Jones. Lost it 2.
And that is great closing speed out there. They played man defense, and typically you see the running back get some space out there, make a man miss and skirt down the sidelines, but Axel, quick to the football.
Again, Indianapolis selecting to go tight. This time a receiver on the wing is Roosevelt. Up the offset eye. To get to Jones, and Jones, yeah, we'll say he got 1. Up to the 26, and Max Knight. Max Knight is down and hurting.
Oh, no. Former Arizona Scorpion along with Mark Mello goes down. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened here. Oh.
Looks like he pancaked the guy in front of him.
Yeah, but the way he turned, I think his cleat might have been stuck in the ground, and he might have twisted his knee.
Ooh. That'll be a big loss for Minnesota if he can't come back in this ball game. 3rd and
Big
11
loss.
for Indianapolis. Let's see if they can take advantage as they come out and gun straight with trips to the top. Glance over the middle, catch for the first down. Ramblers get it to their 41-yard line, and Pierce, he's 6 of 7.
And boy, did they need that first down. And actually, that's a shout out to the Indianapolis offensive line as they had to hold the defense and allow those routes to develop to get downfield to pick up that first down.
Catch made by Roosevelt. That's his first catch of the ball game, out to the 41. Here's the give to Jones. He's tackled for a loss of 3. Beautiful tackle by Juan, Mississippi.
Tackle for a loss in the backfield by the former Denver Nightwing.
Second and 13. Pierce 3-step drop, fires out, complete to Roosevelt again. And he gets out of bounds at the 46 to make it 3rd and medium, Eddie. Nice play there.
3rd and medium, which means 3rd and manageable. Indianapolis needs to find a way to keep this drive going.
3rd and 5. They're down 14-3. We're now approaching 2:24 and counting to go in the opening frame. Trips to the bottom, press coverage again from Minnesota.
Inside leverage again, too.
Here's Pierce. Over the middle to Randy Pierce, first down.
Not only was it inside leverage, but they brought a 4th guy on the blitz. But Indianapolis sees it, grips the ball, rips it, first down.
Here's Pierce, quick drop again, fires out to
Oh, my
Jones.
goodness.
Jones cannot make Mississippi miss, and he tackles him right at the line of scrimmage.
And again, Indianapolis must have seen something on film because they continue to bring Brad Jones to the flats, expecting this man-to-man defense, but Juan, Mississippi, for the 2nd time in this drive, they able to run down Brad Jones.
Now they line up a 3-man in the backfield. Rickenbacker lines up next to the fullback. Here's to get to Brad Jones, and that's his best run of the night. Gets up to the 44. Juan, Mississippi again.
Juan, Mississippi. I don't know. I guess he wants us to say his name more, again and again because he's making a bunch of plays today. I'm guessing he has family in attendance.
3rd and 7. They go with 4 wide trips to the bottom. Pierce goes to the opposite side, knocked away. Beautiful play by Cody Griffin. Pass intended for Ryan Roosevelt.
And you do not want to test Cody Griffin too often deep down the sidelines. The man has 8 interceptions on the season thus far. That was almost number 9.
And Indianapolis, they made some good plays, but unable to convert 3rd down again. And Matty Wiseman will be back to punt for Indianapolis. Kick is away from Wiseman. Banks calls the fair catch at the 12.
Still have not received word yet on the extent of Max Knight's injury. Hopefully he's okay.
Indeed, that would be a big loss for Minnesota in the middle. Their offense has hit the big play, but no sustained drive yet from their offense. Let's see which trend continues. Reno fires a quick slant over the middle, caught. This is Jay Taylor again to the 24.
And the free safety came flying down at the snap of the ball, anticipating that route, but he was on the wrong side of the field. Wide open pitch and catch here for Johnny Reno.
Second catch for Taylor. This is a first down from the 24. Trips to the bottom. Reno back to throw. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for Simons, but the ball didn't find him.
Well, the ball found him, but he had a case of alligator arms there as he was anticipating a big hit from the Indianapolis secondary, and he made what they call a business decision and decides not to be aggressive on that catch.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25 yard.
It was 2nd down and 10 from the 24. They'll go 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Reno back to throw, pumps, fires down the middle. Tipped and incomplete. This is McDevitt with the deflection. 3rd and 10, pass intended for Banks.
Minnesota employing a lot of gun straight offense thus far early in this contest.
Against a secondary that likes to take balls away from the other team.
Gun quads left. Look at this secondary of Indianapolis.
They're all playing close to the line of scrimmage. Reno over the middle into traffic, intercepted. It's Kanye Rockefeller. He's got a convoy to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Indianapolis. Another defensive touchdown for the Ramblers.
And we called it pre-snap. Not sure why Johnny Reno and company did not see it, but they were playing very aggressive. Had the strong safety, lined up close to the line of scrimmage, playing center field. They're trying to take away everything across the middle, particularly these 90-yard slants. They must have saw it on film. They was ran often. Kanye picks up the deflection and runs it in for 6.
He blocked there by Adam Wiseman out in front blocking Johnny Reno. And with 1 second to go, this is going to be a 4-point game if Larry Barr can make the extra point. And he does. It's now 14-10 with exactly 1 second left in this opening stanza, Eddie.
Kanye Rockefeller came into this game 8th all-time at interceptions column with 63. Make that 64.
Another one on the mantle for Rockefeller.
So the first touchdown from Indianapolis comes from their defense.
And the return by Banks. He'll get stopped at the 24. So 1 quarter in the books, and it's 14-10, Minnesota in front. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Line is Minnesota 3.5 point favorites at home, over under 45.5. Minnesota in front by 4. Colin Hart with his best run as he explodes for about.
We got a man down. We got a man down.
Oh, another man down for it. Oh, this time it's Chris Joseph.
Unfortunate chain of events here early in this game, as now we have our 2nd man down, 1 from each team.
You see there, he instantly grabs his head after Hart broke out of his tackle attempt.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate there, Eddie.
Hopefully it's not a concussion. We saw him, like you said, grabbing his head.
So we got a bunch to the top for Minnesota. Buchanan Simons all by himself to the bottom. 4-2-5 nickel out of Indianapolis. Reno over the middle, caught for the first down. This is Jason France. His first catch of the day.
Yeah, Jason France on the reception. The tight end showing wide receiver speed. I don't think they expected him to be able to get out of his break just that quickly, but indeed he did.
1st and 10. From 37 yards.
France, 6 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Last game versus Carolina. Makes a big impact here. As Hart picks up another 4 yards from Max Knight. Oh, unfortunate, broke his arm. He'll be done for the evening. You hate to see it, Eddie.
Hate to see it. It's a part of the game, but we hate to see it.
Now Minnesota lines up in an empty formation. First time we've seen this from the legend today. Reno fires. It's caught by Taylor, and he's in the end zone once again. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Yeah, Indianapolis brought the blitz. The blitz did not get there in time. The quarterback was hit just as he threw the ball, but unfortunately for Indianapolis, Johnny Reno stood tall in the pocket. Look at the blitz. There it is right there. He's hit as he throws, but he's able to get the ball off to Jay Taylor. And yet again, Minnesota striking quickly.
Ernest McCray Sr. getting beat badly by Jay Taylor for the second time today. And like the first time, it results in a touchdown.
Johnny Reno is in the game chat, Colin, because Indianapolis was talking about how Minnesota's offense barely averages 20 points a game. And now Johnny Reno, quarterback of Minnesota, is reminding them, hey, it's the second quarter, and we've already eclipsed that.
Indeed they have. It's now 21-10 with 9:55 to go in the first half. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker. Stay with your chest around the SFL and more, covering season 19 and beyond. Checking out archived versions of the community shows, visit simulationfl.net and click on the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage as Rockefeller returns it up to the 28. Eddie, Minnesota's saying a lot with their chest right now.
Yes, they are. They are in the game chat. And now middle linebacker B.J. Lovelace is running his mouth too, asking Ernest, did he put the right cleats on? But he better be careful because Ernest has 11 pass defense on the season and 8 interceptions. 2 of them returned for touchdowns. We got a long game, B.J.
Roosevelt is going to have to be the key for the passing attack for Indianapolis if they want to get in this game. Randy Pierce has been solid, however. Another 4 yards for him.
Oh, Chris Joseph is out.
Chris Joseph was poked in the eye. He'll be done for the evening.
Tell him to put an eye patch on. He'll be just fine.
Pick up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Good play call there by Colin Pierce, who's also the offensive coordinator for Indianapolis. Three wide. Pierce quick drop. Flare at the Jones. Same result as before. B.J. Lovelace with a fearsome tackle.
Yeah, you are not going to get beyond B.J. Lovelace's sight. I can guarantee you that as they continue to come out with this press defense, trying to get the tailback to the outside, but for the third time, he's ran down by a different linebacker of this squad.
Again, they come out with the gun quad 4 wide receiver look. Pierce. Throws deep. Oh, looking for Roosevelt, but instead it's intercepted. Cody Griffin grabs interception number 9.
Cody Griffin grabs interception number 9 off the tip drill, and this Minnesota team and this crowd is going bananas right now.
Deflection made. The number 34, Daniel Wright. And Minnesota, they're in business on just the other side of their 50 as they come out with the 3-back set for the first time. Here's Hart. He won't gain anything. Bryant James, the number 1 overall pick, with a fierce tackle from his defensive back position.
Great job bringing them down. It came out with a weak power eye, caught Minnesota slipping. They shifted their linebackers to the strong side of the field, and their pulling guard was unable to get over there and provide support.
Here's Reno back to throw. Fires! And he threw it right to Adam Wiseman again! The linebacker is having a career game.
He already has 3 sacks on the season, proving he can get after the quarterback. Now he's showing his coverage skills with his 2nd interception of this game.
That's intended for Jason France. but nestled in the arms of Wiseman again.
Wiseman wants to get to the All-Star game this season with the way he's stuffing the stat sheet this season.
Let's see if Indianapolis can take advantage. They come out with a 4-wide set again. Press coverage from Minnesota, Eddie.
Again.
Here's Pierce. Fires deep. Oh, incomplete. Looking for Roosevelt, but Pierce overthrew everyone.
Yeah, he overthrew him because he got actually knocked off his route. Minnesota being very physical with these receivers. Got bumped to the line of scrimmage and got it bumped again at the top of the route. There was nowhere to go, and it's a good thing he did overthrow that football.
They got Viper in a bunch. One receiver all by himself to the top. I think that's Randy Pierce. No, that's Ryan Roosevelt, and he picks up 6 yards on the outcut. Set up a 3rd and 4.
And so far, this receiving core of Indianapolis has had the most success when Minnesota has played zone defense. But when they've played man, they've been unable to break coverage. And hopefully for them, they see a bit more of this zone look.
Jeff Banfield is the only receiver besides Gibson Rickenbacker without so much as a target yet. As Pierce changes to play the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. They run the outcut again. Banfield, ooh, the thing just be inches short. He almost had the first down, but he's just a chest hair short, Eddie.
Yeah, he actually ran that route about a half yard beyond the line of scrimmage, but the ball brought him back inside the line of gain. And we'll see if they go for it here as an offense is still on the field.
And they give off to Brad Jones. He's
Short.
stuffed in the backfield for a loss of yardage. Buster Johnson with the TFL.
Minnesota's defensive line, even without Big Max Knight, so far, Indianapolis is unable to crack the code.
Minnesota takes over 1st and 10 on their own 49 with 7:47 to go. In the first half, they come out with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Simons is all by himself. Give off to Colin Hart. Can't find room, and Brian James again with an outstanding TFL.
Yeah, again, we've called his name a couple of times today. Both times, Minnesota has tried to run outside, and Brian James is having none of that.
James is big for a safety. He's 6'2", 216 pounds, and he looks really comfortable tackling people in space. Here's Reno. Fires out to Taylor. His shortest catch of the day by far will get him out to the 48-yard line to set up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's because Indianapolis paid about 12 yards off the ball. They pretty much gave him that, trying to get him off the field on 3rd down.
Taylor, under 41 yards on 4 receptions so far, as Reno's back to throw. Fires over to Simons, who makes his 2nd catch of the day. 1st down at the 35 of Indianapolis.
That play is in my playbook. They actually brought one of the receivers in to block, ran 90-yard slants, and picks up the 1st down.
Taylor, coming into the game, had only 25 grabs for 256 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's already matched his entire season total in 1/2 a play here. Reno fires out to Hart, who's a terrific runner, but is smothered by 3 white shirts for a loss of 1.
Including Adam Wiseman, who continues to stuff the stat sheets.
Brad Jones, Eddie, 10 carries, minus 3 yards. But Colin Hart, 12 yards on just 6 carries.
Both these teams doing a great job in run support.
Nickel look from Indianapolis. 3 wide doubles. Reno fires out the fence. He dropped it as he was hit by the defender, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, and that time, Indianapolis did a great job of disguising the coverage. They came off the ball about 10, 12 yards, but at the snap, came running towards the line of scrimmage and took away those short routes.
We got a 3rd and 11.
If you're Indy, you got to find a way to get this Minnesota offense off the field here.
Empty backfield set. Dime 3-2 look from Indy. Back to throw. Reno over the middle. Finds the receiver. I believe that is Mam. And he'll be short to the 31. Possible field goal range, Eddie?
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. If you're Minnesota, you don't mind that. Checking it down. Don't try to force anything. And now it's going to be about a 48-yard field goal from here. Great job by Minnesota.
To make it a 24-10 game, Mickey Malillo's good. So with 5:20 to go, it's now 24-10, Indianapolis in front, Eddie.
In their last game, Mickey Malillo missed the first field goal attempt of his young career. He wasn't going to miss this one.
The SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap? Or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience. Free to play, no season-long commitment. A new contest opens up every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills for the league. Contact Jack Wall, Steven Hacker, or Hunter Norwood to join today as Rockefeller returns it to the 30. In Indianapolis, the hole is just a little bit deeper.
I mean, they're down 14. They want to put a scoring drive here to close out this first half to try to make this a manageable situation they can come back and from and win this game on the road.
Getting a touchdown would be huge. Over the middle, man, wide open. Jeff Banfield, his second reception.
And Minnesota came out and man defense again. And should Banfield stay on his feet, that's going to be a catch and run situation.
He had to go low for the ball, but you're right, Eddie. He had all kinds of room.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Seattle up on Vancouver 3-0 in the third, Colin.
Ooh, interesting upset alert there. That's an expansion team looking for win number 1. Brad Jones can't find any positive yards. BJ Loveless again with another TFL.
BJ Loveless just baptized Brad Jones and gave him the Holy Ghost. My goodness, what a hit.
Lots of 2 on the play. It's second and 12. Pierce, 6-step drop, fires off to Brad Jones, and this time he gains the yards he lost back on the previous play to set up a 3rd and 10.
Brad Jones is the bell cow of this offense. He's the team's leading receiver coming into this game. Minnesota knew that, and they've been pretty much having a spy on him all game long.
Pierce will have 4 targets out in the pattern.
Look out.
Sack time for Minnesota. Mark Mello recording another one.
Mark Mello on the sack. This defense is relentless. That's his 59th sack. He now has the lead over Denzel Maverick. What a player.
Beating the rookie Jacques Lepenkick. Signed in week 2. Those numbers pretty much tell the story, Eddie, particularly in the rushing department.
Minnesota has dominated this first half.
Banks on the return. We'll get up to the 31.
You think this isn't a big game for Minnesota? Think again. BJ doesn't speak much during the games, but he is very active in game chat today.
You knew from the minute these teams were placed in the same division we
Yep.
could be treated to a whole lot of fun. And so far, Eddie, that's been the case. Is the legend. 1st and 10 on the 31. Here's the throw out to Tank Williams, the fullback. He picks up 2 yards on the spinning swing pass to the 33.
Fullback showing his athleticism. You don't see too often a fullback able to make that catch by turning around toward the quarterback and coming up with the catch one-handed.
2nd and 8, clock running. Reno under center. He's back to throw. Another out route this time to Banks, who picks up the 1st down.
Great job not allowing this to come to a 3rd down. He makes the catch and fights forward, keeps the legs turning, and picks up the 1st down.
Ball at the 41. They're taking their time here. Here to throw an out route to Simons. He's got the 1st down, a lot more down the sideline. He goes to the Indianapolis 33. Tackle made by Rockefeller.
And I think that was for Cloud as the cornerback came flying toward the line of scrimmage. And he just runs a simple out route. He's unable to get back to him, and now is trying to run a man down. Man, that's something, a defensive call I do not like calling. It's good versus some teams, but terrible versus others.
We reached the 2-minute warning. As Reno's now 276 yards. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Here's the get to Colin Hart. Only picks up 1 yard to the 32. Buck continues to run. And so far, offensive coordinator Axel Raven, with a little help from his friends, Johnny Bravo and BJ Loveless, call a perfect game so far.
They said it was all hands on deck, and it looks like so far it's been paying off for them.
Second and 9 from the 32. Give again to Hart. He lost a yard back to the 33. Good combo tackle made out there by Britton and one other defender. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Both these defenses have been great versus the run so far today.
Minnesota with a little more pep in their step as we're now approaching 60 seconds to go in the first half.
Goodness.
By Buchanan Simons down to the 12, and Minnesota calls time with 57 seconds left.
Johnny Reno avoided the blitz, took a step to his right, and threw the ball where it did not need to go, as there were a trio of defenders over there, including Adam Wiseman, who had their eyes set on batting that ball down. Threw it right to the teeth of the defense, but somehow he fit it in there. Buchanan Simons with a great catch.
Great catch indeed by Simons, who has spent a large portion of his career with Charleston before hopping on board the Minnesota train. As we have 1st and 10 at the 12. Reno throws end zone. This time it's knocked down, incomplete. Derek Jenko applied the hit.
Derek Jenko applied the hit, but he got pressure in his face immediately by this young man. I mean, he came into this game the leading sack getter of this squad. Almost got another one right there.
So look at the numbers for Reno. On the I formation, Williams close, Hart deep in the I. One receiver to side, France to tight end.
Oh, there they go again.
And they give out to Hart, and that doesn't work out, and they have to call timeout with 50 seconds left.
Man, they called that full cloud look again. This time they flipped the field with it. And wow, you talk about playing with disaster.
Here's a look at France. This is gun straight up press coverage from Indy. Here's Reno back to throw to the end zone. This time it's intercepted. intercepted by Blake Preen. And Indianapolis stops the Minnesota scoring threat.
Yeah, you almost saw it coming. They brought Adam Wiseman on the blitz again, and they got pressure on the quarterback, but he still had a relatively clean pocket, but looked like he hit the panic button there and threw that ball away.
3 wide receivers for Indianapolis. Brad Jones, 12 carries, -7 yards. Colin
Look
Pierce
out!
almost threw it right back.
Oh,
My goodness. Knocking it away on the play for Minnesota, number 32, Ricky Evans.
A rookie.
Rick
Must have been paying attention in film study this week. It was 50X spot. The receiver runs toward the inside, stops on a dime, runs back to the outside. He did not follow him, remained disciplined, and what defensive coordinators call staying home. Stayed home, made a jump on the route, and Indianapolis got away with one right there.
It's a guy who was a second-round pick, played his minor league ball with the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, showed excellent reaction skills there. 2nd and 10 for Indianapolis to come out with the same look. Except they go to a different receiver, Banfield, over the middle. Indy doesn't elect to call timeout, though. Ball at the 34. Pierce again. Banfield again. First down to the 49, and they're moving. But
Press
so
defense
is the
again.
clock.
Yeah, so is the clock.
Everybody set. Again, they go to the sideline, but not out of bounds. Not out of bounds to the rookie Viper.
Clock is ticking.
And they call timeout with 3 seconds left.
Not the greatest clock management in the world, but we saw that's the only play that Indianapolis has ran thus far today in which Minnesota came out here and pressed defense that they were able to get separation from. And it's always been from the slot receiver every time. So they want to keep that in their back pocket and keep that in mind come halftime when they start making adjustments.
On the Minnesota 47 and line up in the old Hail Mary formation. Pierce has a big arm and he can throw it
Oh
far.
my goodness.
But he won't have a chance as he's sacked on the play with 1 second left and they call timeout.
This Minnesota team, that time it was cornerback Johnny Reno on the blitz, and the tight end and the left tackle both completely whiffed on him. That's embarrassing.
It was Johnny Bravo, the cornerback, just came flying in, as you said, Eddie, unblocked.
Will Todd called that a macaroni and cheese.
I gotta love it. They'll try again, but will they get the same result? Randy Pierce is lined up next to LePancake, the left tackle. This time they contain the Rushmore. Pierce going long down the field. And this ball knocked around incomplete. Roosevelt, the closest man to it. And we reached halftime, the score 24-10. Minnesota in front thanks to the big play, Eddie.
Wow, when that ball was in the air, it reminded me of the Arizona-Las Vegas game when Mason Kirby caught that pass for 70 yards downfield. That ball was thrown high up in the air. But we reached halftime, and we got ourselves a ball game here. These two teams, Minnesota playing great, but they haven't quite exactly ran away with it yet. Indianapolis showing glimpses on offense, but if they're going to come back in the second half, they're going to need to get their running game going with Brad Jones.
You saw the stats flash on the screen. 0 yards for Brad Jones. Hasn't exactly gotten going in the passing game either. Colin Pierce only 127 yards that first half. Nelson Lozano and Mark Mello keeping track of the facts and figures. Pierce 15 of 21. Johnny Reno 14 to 24 for 297. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, but he's also thrown 3 picks.
Yeah.
And he had 2 receivers over 100 yards.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, Minnesota knew that Brad Jones was a bell cow of this offense. He came into this game second in carries in the SFL and 9th in total yards with 14 touchdowns. Minnesota came in with this game plan in mind. They were not going to allow Brad Jones to beat them, and thus far they've done a great job of doing just that.
Leading receiver is Randy Pierce, 4 catches, 33 yards. No other Indianapolis receiver besides Randy Pierce and Jeff Banfield.
And their only touchdown came from this man right here on defense, free safety Kanye Rockefeller off the tip drill.
Exactly. They got touchdown from the defense, but other than a field goal, nothing from their offense. And Jay Taylor has been an absolute monster. His second touchdown and a half there.
They continue to catch Indianapolis playing very aggressive on defense, and you just wonder. Minnesota talked about it pregame in the pregame meeting with the coaches, how they scratched pretty much several plays out of that playbook and decided to be more aggressive. And Jay Taylor, thus far, has been a beneficiary of just that.
Couple of field goal attempts from each kicker. Jeff Banfield with a couple nice catches, including that one there. But ultimately, this game could have been a whole lot worse in the first half for Indy, Eddie, if not for Blake Queen.
If they don't come up with that interception in the end zone, this game may have just been out of reach the way the offense has been playing thus far.
Indianapolis to receive. Mickey Malello to kick off to Kanye Rockefeller.
Kanye, a dangerous return man. Got to pay attention to him.
Return.
Oh.
Rockefeller broke a couple tackles and he almost broke it open. Tackled at the 38 eventually.
Free safety Daniel Wright just saved a kickoff return for a touchdown. Had he not tackled him, Kanye would still be running right now.
As it stands, ball at the 38. Pierce fires out the Roosevelt. That's the guy they need to get going.
Indeed it is. The receiver they picked up from Atlanta this past season in free agency. Short, quick throw, keep it simple, and try to get some kind of rhythm here in his third quarter.
Jeff Banfield, 4 catches for 49 yards in the first half with the long of 17. And a couple of athletic plays to get a couple of those grabs. Brad Jones gets the ball. Jones skips away. There's Brad Jones, his first positive play of the day, all the way out to the Minnesota 43.
First positive play on a day is a positive sign for Indianapolis. If they're going to come back and win this ball game, they need Brad Jones to be more productive than he was in that first half. And thus far here in this third quarter, he's off to a good start.
Let's look at the numbers for Colin Pierce. 1 interception bringing the quarterback rate. Interceptions bringing the quarterback rating down a bit as Jones takes it out of the backfield again, picks up 3 yards. Maybe throw the ball instead of handing it to him, Eddie.
Yeah, but they want to throw the ball out in front of him. You don't want him to have to come back to the football. Should there been a better throw, he's pick up at least 5 yards.
And the chirping continues in the chat. Jason France with the joke of the evening so far. As they go to the fullback. Out of the backfield, picks up the first down to the 32 after a crunching hit by Bravo.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo is just a cornerback. Coming into this game at 6'3". My goodness, he is a big physical cornerback. 6'3", 225. There's a lot of safeties in this league who don't weigh that much, and he needed every pound of it to bring down the fullback. When's the last time you seen a 6'3", 225 cornerback? My goodness.
I've seen some pretty tall guys, but not pretty tall and heavy guys.
Yeah.
Here's Jones again, out in front of him, picks up 5 on the swing.
Did you see how fast B.J. Lovelace got to the sidelines? Don't tell me that man doesn't want to win this game. As a linebacker, he's a middle linebacker. He got over there really quick.
Second and 4 from 26 yards.
Exactly. A guy who's been around the block now finally has his own team. They hand off to Brad Jones, and he's able to squeeze a yard out of it. Maybe 2.
3rd down and 3. You're already in field goal range, but Indianapolis wants 7.
On 7 indeed. In that first half, Indianapolis was 4 or 5. 3 of 10 on
good
3rd
block.
down.
Oh,
And
short.
Jones is not able to get there. Beautiful tackle made by Derek Meerkat.
And that's unfortunate because Indianapolis got a great block from the fullback, Gerard Lawless. Came up there and laid the wood. And they're going to stay on the field here with their offense. Let's see. Oh, no, they're going to actually kick a field goal. Pardon me.
Oh, they must figure nope. Some points are better than possibility of failing on 4th down and getting nothing. So, on the hold of A.J. Fort. Left hash. Larry Barr. It's good from 38. With 7:40 to go in the 3rd. Indianapolis 13, Minnesota 24.
It's not the 7 that they wanted, but they did get points on the board. And Larry Barr caps the drive off with a chip shot field goal to decrease this deficit.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for more info about the league. It's 28 teams, all the places you can watch games live, plus links to apparel from Sector 6. Many helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. See all the records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. SimulationFL.net, your home for everything SFL. Let's see what the legend can do. They certainly haven't gotten it done on the ground. Colin Hart 11 yards and 9 carries. Johnny Reno swings it out to him, and Hart had to go back for that one, and Adam Wiseman took advantage.
Adam Wiseman is all over the place. I mean, talk about putting on a highlight tape. You would think he was a college senior or something, the way he's out here putting up clips for this team.
Jay Taylor in the slot. Offset single back. This time to the right is Colin Hart. Again, they go out to Jay Taylor, and Taylor is only able to get to the 27. That'll be 3rd and 5.
The linebackers for both of these teams are doing a great job getting sideline to sideline. They are putting on a show here today.
This has gone doubles with 2 receivers to the bottom. Taylor in the slot. Reno going deep. Oh, he nearly threw an interception to Rockefeller for the 2nd time.
Yeah, Rockefeller actually batted the ball down, then it hit his body, and the cornerback was flying over there trying to catch the ball before it hit the turf. Indy did a great job that time remaining disciplined and staying back because none of the receivers for Minnesota ran short routes.
Punt for Indianapolis. Rockefeller back deep on the return. Punter's Ryan Platt for Minnesota. He gets it away. Rockefeller calls a fair catch at the 36. Indianapolis got 3 points last time, Eddie. Let's see if they can keep the momentum up.
They did, but I thought Kanye had an opportunity to return it there, but elected to call the signal for the fair catch.
It was 8 plays, 39 yards. The last scoring drive for Indianapolis, taking up 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this quarter. Here's Brad Jones. Breaks the tackle. Brad Jones with his best run picks up Picks up the call at 8 yards, out to the 43.
Axel Raven, 6'4", 256. And he must have on, he has on big shoulder pads, so he's more than 256, Colin.
Yeah, exactly, Eddie. He may be listed at 256.
Yeah.
But I think he's more closer to 260.
Yeah.
Here's to get to Jones again, up the middle. Stopped. I'm going to say he picked up 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. EJ Loveless again. How many times are we going to call this guy's name?
He's been an all-star several times over. BJ sees his offense starting to settle down. He knows he needs to pick it up.
Here's Jones.
Oh.
Brad Jones, first down and more. Jones with a clutch 3rd down conversion. To the Minnesota 43.
BJ Loveless with a tackle saving touchdown right with a touchdown saving tackle right there. Flies over from the middle of the field, fights through the traffic, and gives him a high helmet tackle to get him on the ground.
I got to give a shout out to Ari Leyendijk, the pulling guard there. Got the key block on one of the 2nd level defenders out there,
Yeah.
able to spring Jones for more yards.
Oh my goodness.
Here's pump fake, go to Jones, and he got 1 yard out of it.
And you would think that Max Knight was still in the game right now. They got great push on the center and pushed him into the lap of the quarterback there, Colin Pierce.
I tell you, those reserves for Minnesota. Wyoming Yeti, number 93. Pressed into
Free play.
service. Oh, as we get it offsides. This is Angela Meerkat.
Oh, my
Rickenbacker picks up
goodness.
the 1st down to the 30. Gibson Rickenbacker with a great play. They'll most likely decline the penalty.
He's going to decline that penalty. And you know what? I'm going to rule that the commissioner of this league demands some digital PED testing. Gibson is listed as 6'5", 280, and that's a tight end. There's no way he should be able to run routes at 280 pounds.
It makes it all the more remarkable
It does.
that Rickenbacker on the year has only 8 grabs for 44 yards
Well, he's 280.
with a long of 8. That was at least 9
my
on that
goodness.
play, maybe 10, as Jones is tackled in the backfield for a loss by Mark Mello and one other green shirted defender.
And Mark Mello is showing why Arizona misses him. He was in the backfield as soon as the H and hike came out of Colin Pierce's mouth.
His get off is impressive for a man his size. Pierce fires it out. Rickenbacker again. This time he gets out to the 39. Nice spinning grab to set up a 3rd and 8.
Look how big that dude is. He's a tight end.
He's more like an offensive tackle.
Yeah. He's probably on the sidelines right now, exhausted.
They go 4 wide, so Rickenbacker does get a break. Ed Williams is out there as well. Colin Pierce. Oh, he almost threw an interception. Almost. The number 32, Rick Evans again.
A smart decision there by Colin. He'd have been better off trying to run and get that 1st down. But they are in field goal range here. They're still working on this deficit.
Larry Barr on for another field goal attempt. Indianapolis continues to slowly chip away at this lead. Larry Barr from 46 makes it. And it, with 3:01 left, it's now 24-16. Minnesota out in front.
Indianapolis, despite not scoring an offensive touchdown, is a single score behind Minnesota at this point in the ball game. Seattle up against Vancouver in the 3rd, 9-3.
Upset alert there for sure. from the 2-yard line. Banks on the return gets smacked down at the 23. The SFL Network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. SFL programming will include content created by the community. The SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV app on your Android, iPhone, or on your TV through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL Network, where SFL creators come together, and Jason France with his biggest grab of the day out to the 45.
Indianapolis left the middle of the field, deep middle, wide open as the safety, Kanye Rockefeller, came over to the sidelines trying to defend the strong zone and left that middle of the field wide open for Jason.
France, of course, comes over from the Tulsa Desperados, also serves as the team's general manager, makes the catch there for the first down at the 45. Reno pumps over the middle. What a catch out there. Again, it's Jay Taylor between two Indianapolis defenders down to the 35.
I'm going to go ahead and make the safe assumption that this is Jay Taylor's best game of the season, but how that ball got fit in there by Johnny Reno, I have no idea.
This is Reno, fires out, and Adam Banks with the grab. Banks out of bounds at the 31.
Short, quick throw, 5-yard drop for the quarterback, taking what the defense giving them as they were that time trying to take away the deep routes. Just settles for the 4-yard gain.
Third grab for Banks for 17 yards. Log of 8 on the play. Thanks to Nelson Lozano and Mark Mello keeping track of the facts and figures, making us both sound smart. Reno goes short to the second tight end to Taylor, who dropped the ball, setting up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I don't know if he would drop it or if we got deflected. We didn't get the greatest angle from it sitting over here, but he's made a couple of not so wise decisions that he's gotten away with.
3rd and 6 on 31. Johnny Reno back
Look
to
out.
throw. Down he goes. Sack time made by number 92 for Indianapolis, Chris Joseph, who's back in the game after being poked in the eye.
Yeah, I had a feeling he would be back as this is a big game, division rival for these two teams. They've been talking smack as early as the offseason when they found out they would be in the same division. And, yeah, he had to find a way to fight through that injury and just help his team out any way he can.
Oh, Indianapolis slowly clawing their way back.
Hanging around.
Flat from the 50, punts it away. Rockefeller lets this one bounce. Ooh, that was an unwise decision as it's down at the 1.
And you know what? The running game has been struggling all day for Indianapolis. We're going to see, should they try to use that run game to get up out of this hole, or will they try to pass it? Because you're in dangerous territory right here. Look at Mark Mello. He can taste a sack and a safety from here.
29 yards on 19 carries. Here to get to Jones up the middle. He's traffic, has to spin out, but only picks up. They'll give him 1, but they'll give him forward progress to the 3.
Slow to get up. This Minnesota secondary.
Daniel Wright, among the guys who had a shot at him. Indianapolis comes out with 3 tight ends. Run to where Minnesota shifted, and that's not going to work. Tackle made once again by Juan, Mississippi.
That's actually B.J. Lovelace on the tackle.
No, that's
that time.
Yeah, you're right. That's B.J. Lovelace.
And Indianapolis has to be very careful with the football right here. Minnesota can't tell if it's man or zone. Let's see.
A give to Jones. And he only gets to the 7.
Yeah.
And the numbers bear that out.
Indianapolis just trying to make some room for the punter here. And goes into great field position.
Put your 4s, 86s, 12s, and 68s up in the chat, folks. We're in the 4th quarter. Minnesota in front 24-16. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com. Minnesota gets primo field position at the Indy 33 as a result of the stop.
Prime field position. And I'm wondering if Mark Mello is a fan of house music, because he just put in the chat, there's some 4s in this house. And I can't exactly say what he's really trying to say, but I'm going to guess and say he's a fan of house music.
Popping in, seeing Ashley Jackson.
Oh,
Welcome, young
my
lady.
goodness.
Oh!
Oh!
Hart spins, breaks away. He broke a tackle in the backfield when it looked like he was going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss, but instead picks up about 10.
Yeah, that would have been actually about a 4-yard loss, but Colin Hart was not taking no for an answer. Spins away from the tackle, makes another man miss, and picks up a first down.
Christian Bachagalupi, rookie tight end, playing the third blocking back there with a key block, helping Spring Hart free. That'll help Minnesota catch up in the rushing department. Pass over the middle, first down to the 10. It'll be first and goal. Adam Banks again.
Adam Banks with another reception. This is probably a career day for him thus far in this game, moving the chains.
Just under 10 minutes to go. Here's to get to Hart again. Picks up 2 more yards.
Indianapolis would really like to force Minnesota to kick a field goal here, but even more so, they need to try to find a way to create a turnover.
Second and 8. Ball on the 9. It can get a first down without scoring. Both tight ends in again. Throw
Goodness.
on the in cut to Taylor down to the 3.
Adam Wiseman with a tackle. My goodness. Great hit.
It'll be third and goal from the 3. Adam Wiseman, 2 interceptions, 6 total tackles. Reno, deep drop. Oh, knocked away. Blake Preen, who had the interception earlier, knocked that down. And they'll force a Minnesota field goal.
They're lucky that wasn't a turnover, Colin. A big 7-step drop from the 3-yard line. There's no need for that.
Number 7 will come in to attempt a field goal from the 3-yard line.
Mickey Melello. On for the field goal attempt. 2 of 2 on the day. Long of 48, this one from much closer in. Blitz the sticks from 20 with 8:54 left. And Minnesota gives themselves a little more cushion, 27-16.
And with just under 9 minutes left, this Indianapolis offense needs to bite down on their mouthpiece and try to find a way to score a touchdown on this drive.
Here's the kick from Melello. Rockefeller from about the 4. Strikes the tack. And Kanye gets out to the 28 of the Ramblers.
Wow, Kanye just lowered his shoulder. Kanye's a free safety, and he lowered his shoulder and took out a tight end. Very impressive.
First and 10.
Colin Pierce. He's led 2 field goal drives, but can he stick it in the end zone? He's back to throw. Has Brad Jones in the flat, and Jones gets out of bounds. After a pickup of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4.
50 HF outs. A play design. I believe Mexico City started that trend, and it's a nice, safe, easy read for the quarterback to throw to either side of the field. It's a way to stay ahead of the chains.
Pick up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Gun straight.
Against 9-3-2-6. Pierce over the middle. Catch is made. Ed Williams. We haven't called his name a lot today, but he comes up big there, picking up a first down at the Indianapolis 43.
Comes up big. I think that's his first reception of the day. And Indianapolis trying to get a groove on this drive.
It's his 2nd catch for 24 yards, both for 14.
Oh,
Brad Jones tackled at the line of scrimmage by Axel Raven.
Axel Raven with the tackle. Looked like it might have been a loss for half a yard, and they right now are not missing Max Knight at all.
Which is surprising given that Knight by some was thought to be an all-star snub last season with the numbers he put up. Pierce. What a catch by Roosevelt on the sideline, out of bounds at the 47.
They are lucky that ball was not intercepted. I'm not sure how he fit the ball in there. Great concentration, though, for the receiver.
3rd and 7 for Indianapolis. They've been in 3rd down multiple times, but have struggled converting. 4-14 on 3rd down. Pierce over the middle. Finds Randy Pierce. It's a first down to the 39. And
B.J.
Randy
Lovelace.
proud of that one.
B.J. Lovelace just missed getting a fingertip on that ball. Let's look at the replay. Oh, my God. Talk about laying out for your team. He tried.
Now we're approaching under 7 minutes to go. That's his 5th grab for 47 yards. This kid to Brad Jones spins, picks up 3 yards before Derek Meerkat makes the tackle.
Brad Jones is having a hard time finding any real estate here to pick up any significant yardage. Great job by this Minnesota defense today.
It's actually averaging more yards per reception than
Then he is per rush.
yards per rush, exactly. As the throw goes out to, this is Lawless, the fullback, who gets
That's Brad
tackled.
Jones.
No, Jones gets tackled. They're going to say for a loss back to the 35, setting up a 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6. Indianapolis has to come up with a touchdown here.
The worst way possible, press coverage from Minnesota. They've been burned before. Let's see if they go to Banfield in the slot. Banfield is the man. He got it down to the 17.
Colin, you called it. That's the only play in the playbook that Indianapolis has thus far today that's resulted in the chains being moved anytime Minnesota's come out in this press defense. They did it again as they seen that story before and said, we know where to throw this ball. Banfield is our guy.
He beats the rookie out there. Evans. Banfield with his 5th catch. It's Colin Pierce. He's dealing out there. Fires to Randy Pierce. Almost the first down. 9.5 yards, they'll say. Down to the 7.
That time it wasn't BJ's best effort, but you're asking that man a lot, asking a middle linebacker to cover a tight end on these slant routes.
And Pierce is not a small individual. He may be small compared to his rookie teammate, at the same position, but he's 6'5", 243 pounds. Previously of Houston. Brad Jones with the carry.
Oh.
Jones gets the first down to the 6.
Hurry up.
Now
Green.
they'll swing it out to Jones. Jones has room.
Oh,
Spins
touchdown.
up a defender. Touchdown, Brad Jones. Indianapolis gets an offensive touchdown on the board. They're 2 points away from a tie.
You can't stop him. You can only help to contain Brad Jones. It was only a matter of time before he made an individual play off of an individual effort. His best plays thus far, as you said, have come in the passing game. He makes the cornerback miss and runs to the end zone, and we got ourselves a ball game. They got to go for 2 here.
To try and tie the game at 4:38 left.
Looks like ace flip weak versus a dime defense. Oh, my goodness.
So playing off to the end zone. Jones!
Oh, B.J. Loveless. My
Yes,
goodness.
indeed, B.J. Loveless with the ginormous tackle on the 2-point conversion, and it stopped. And it remains 27-22. That would have made it a 3-point game. Larry
It would've.
Barr for the onside kick.
They got to have this.
In the worst way possible, Larry Barr gets it in the air. Indianapolis got it. Oh my, they got it. It's Williams.
There were 2 Minnesota members of the hands team right there, and I'm not sure if they were confused about who was going to come up with it or what. Neither one of them did. The ball actually deflected off of number 37, I think it was, off his shoulder pads, and Indianapolis just got a gift.
Let's see if they can take advantage. Randy Pierce has come up huge. And the family connection to college. Pierce, down the
Goodness.
middle, B.J. Loveless with a beautiful swat down. Randy Pierce, the intended receiver.
I've said it once, Cotton. I've said this many times. B.J. Loveless is the best zone middle linebacker defender in the entire SFL, and second place isn't even close.
Shows you why on a play like that. 8 solo tackles, 2 of them for TFLs, 4 assists, and a pass deflection.
Here he goes again.
Oh man, wide open to Jeff Banfield makes a diving catch at the Minnesota 44. First down, Indy.
Minnesota continues to come out and play press man versus this look, and Indianapolis has burned them with the 50X spot about 5 or 6 times now. They continue to come out and man, and should many have any success against that, they have to go with a zone look.
Now Indianapolis breaks out, trips to the bottom. First time we've seen this single back formation is Jones. And Colin Pierce out to Jay Viper. First down to the 32.
And now, if you're Indianapolis, do you try to settle this offense down a bit and burn some clock? Or do you try to keep the momentum going, remain aggressive, and put points on the board? They need a touchdown. If I'm the coach, I'm going to remain aggressive.
Let's see what they do here. Colin Pierce is the quarterback and offensive play caller. Let's see what he's got.
Same play, 50X spot. Oh, this time it slants.
And they go to Jones. Had to go back to get the ball, and that's a killer, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a killer. I thought it was 50X spot again, but it's not. They went with the slants play, and they did a great job of defending it. He might have lost half a yard.
Not trying to force anything downfield, but not helpful. Like you said, they need a touchdown. You go 2 tight ends. Colin Pierce again, 6-step drop. There's that out pass to Jones. He gets down to the 24s. We're now under 3 minutes left.
50 HF outs again here by Indianapolis. They've had success every time they've run it. Big 3rd down and 2. This is 4 down territory, being down 5.
This is the
need-
6th play to
they got
drive.
2.
They cover 36 yards, starting from their own 40.
Oh, first time we've seen this. Pair slot right.
And going to
Oh,
Jones,
no.
he got out of bounds. The momentum of the pass backwards carried him out of bounds at the 26, and they say he lost 2 yards, setting up
Yeah.
a 4th and 4.
4th down and 4, 2:33 left. Indianapolis has all 3 timeouts, but right now they're thinking they need. Oh, they got to go for a field goal here. I do not like this decision, Colin.
Oh my goodness. Larry Barr is on for the field goal attempt. And Harish Prasad says it all. His reaction.
Yes. Oh,
no, they're going to go for a fake. No, he went for the fake rollout pass. And AJ Foyt was tackled in the backfield. Derek Meerkat was out there. Oh my goodness, they go for the fake.
Oh, he was nowhere close to getting that. And I don't think he even has the athleticism to even make that play. I mean, you talk about going from bad to worse. I mean, you may as well, if you're gonna go for a fake with the kicker running for a first down, you may as well have went for it on 4th down.
That was the holder, AJ Foyt out there.
Yeah, sorry. Oh.
And Minnesota finds themselves in the catbird seat as Colin Pierce gets tackled by Chris Joseph for a loss of 3 back to the 31. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday at 6:30 p.m. in Buffalo, where the Queen City Corsairs will host the Los Angeles Lycans in a matchup between 2 teams on the cusp of the postseason. Saturday, 8:45 Eastern, Fort Worth and Mexico City fight for the league in the South Division, plus live look-ins at Denver, Houston, and Florida, Arizona. For a channel guide and more about NXT, visit NLSC.com. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Second down and 13.
They're going to throw out to the second tight end, Guadalupe.
But he runs out of bounds, Colin. Yeah, not a smart decision.
They'll make it 3rd and 6. And the rookie tight end.
He actually ran that ball out of bounds on the Indy sideline. Had he been on his own, he would have heard the coaches yelling in his ear to stay in bounds.
That picks up yardage to the 38, setting up 3rd and 6. Indy still hasn't burned all their timeouts yet.
They haven't burned one yet. They need to get off the field here, though. Oh.
10 defenders in the box.
Oh.
He's stopped. And Indianapolis calls time with 1:53 left.
They actually forced him to lose a yard on that carry, and Indianapolis just burns their first timeout. They still have 2 left.
Man.
Vancouver.
How many mulligans will you get?
Vancouver fighting back into this contest in the 4th quarter, down 9-6.
Flat on the punt.
Great punt.
Rockefeller on the return. Spins to the 32.
I thought he had a chance for a moment there.
The SFL has partnered with Laser to deliver digital trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards, or you can buy SFL card packs through Laser's store. The new Season 19 pack will be available soon. Visit laser.gg and click the Join Alpha button to connect your Twitch account and begin collecting. As Colin Pierce,
goodness,
Randy dropped it incomplete.
That was not a smart decision. Press man defense again, and wow, he is lucky that ball hit the ground. This is a big game because for the first time all day, we see Chad Rowland, owner of the Indianapolis defense of this Indianapolis team, in the chat, asking his team to dig deep, gun straight, look for 90-yard slants here.
Nice coverage again. They do run the slants. Randy Pierce with a catch this time.
Short of the first down.
They can get to a second play for the first down. Here's Colin Pierce.
Oh my goodness. Oh!
Almost intercepted. Derek Meerkat had the ball game in his hands, but he dropped it.
You know what? He made the right decision, but he waited too long, but he had to because he got pressure up front in his lap by Buster Johnson. Give him a shout out. but he had the tight end wide open as he was being covered by a defensive lineman. No way he can make that play.
So Raven on the coverage, but Randy Pierce was behind him. And once again, we have 4th and 1 with 1:25 left. Colin Pierce trying to be the hero. Brad Jones, first down and more. Jones.
BJ saved the touchdown. BJ just saved the touchdown. Wow.
His best run of the day. What a time for it. Oh my goodness. Here's Jones.
Oh
again.
no!
And the open Brad Jones down to the 43. 2nd and 3. Now approaching under a minute to go.
I thought he was gone.
So is it Harish. Jones again. Down to the 35.
BJ just made the 2nd touchdown saving tackle right here in this drive.
They keep going to the well.
Oh, he's
This
going to
time
the
they
well.
stop him.
Yeah,
This time they stop him. Do they have another play in the formation there?
that's a great question. Oh,
No, they don't.
no, they don't. They need to call a timeout, and there it is.
Timeout called with 29 seconds left. Now they can reset.
SFL coaches out there, you got to have at least one pass play in every set. 3rd down and 12.
He's now up to 30 carries. Only 61 yards, though. He was clutch on his last several carries, however. Colin Pierce. Slant over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. BJ Loveless. The hero of this drive for Minnesota.
BJ Lovelace continuing to prove, I don't care what anyone says. You find me a better middle linebacker in zone coverage, I'll get you a cookie. BJ Lovelace is phenomenal.
4th and 12 from the Minnesota 37. This is the game. Guns straight again. Do they have one more miracle left in there?
Not going to get there.
Viper, he'll be short. He's short. Minnesota with the stop. And look who it is. The man of the hour, BJ Loveless.
BJ Lovelace was money for this team. When they needed him most, they paid him a lot of money to start the season. I think he got about 19 animations, and boy, did he use every last one of them here in this 4th quarter.
And Minnesota will move to 500, 4-4, and get a firm hold of 3rd place in the Central Division. Meanwhile, Indianapolis has to take a look at the mirror and go, where did we go wrong?
I mean, first of all, you can start with their offensive line. They did not get much help for their running game. Brad Jones never really got going until late here in the 4th quarter.
Of course, the fake field goal didn't help either. Indianapolis moves to 4-4, and it looks like Indianapolis is going to have to check their engine.
And Minnesota actually goes to 4-4. Indy's going to fall to 2-7 on the season.
Thanks for the correction, Eddie. Final score, 27-22. Minnesota wins over Indy in a thriller.
A tough game, fought and not decided until late in the 4th quarter like many thought it would. They've been talking smack all off season, all throughout the season, stomp Indy and all this other stuff between both teams. They've had friendly banter and Twitter all week leading up to this game and the SFL Discord, and this game lived up to the billing as it was not decided until late. Both teams made impressive plays throughout this contest, and particularly for me, the linebackers of both these teams made great plays throughout this game. Spearheaded by BJ Lovelace late in the 4th, the several-time All-Star for this team came and delivered when they needed him most.
12 solo tackles. Loveless ends up with Axel Raven had 10. Leading tackler for Indianapolis. Among their contracted players, Brian James at strong safety position. Adam Wiseman, 2 interceptions. Kanye Rockavella with the pick 6. But ultimately, Indianapolis was unable to come up with stops when they truly needed them the most. But Brad Jones, boy, he put the team on his back late, Eddie. It was just a little bit later.
Yeah, too little, too late. They did find some things out, and defensively, they started the game out giving up big plays for Minnesota, but they pretty much back it down to hatchet and put a stop to that, but it was too little, too late. Minnesota wins the first inaugural game versus these two teams.
Jay Taylor finishes with 7 grabs and 2 touchdowns. Player of the game, Jay Taylor, 8 grabs, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21.5 yards per catch. Thanks to our set assistants Mark Mello and Nelson Lozano, for Colin Nordrup and Eddie Gage, and our executive producer Cameron Ryan. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, folks.
Zona, I love y'all. Yo, man, we got a lot of work left to do. Enjoy this bye week, y'all. We got more work to do. We got Florida coming in next week. I'm sure they're going to be ready for us. But it's not about us right now. It's about this Minnesota team coming in and winning this first game versus Indianapolis. That's all I got. SFL Station, thanks for coming. Good night, and drive home safely, y'all. We out. Peace.
And good luck, all.